Zach. Yeah, these are the ones, Zach. These are what you call those ones where it's you got to stand up here. You got to talk about the game. We do this for you all. Zach, how you doing? The Cowboys get absolutely. I won't say it was a complete domination early, but the game just felt like as it went on, you could just tell you weren't the same, like on the same playing field with this Denver team. So the Cowboys lose 44-24. I thought that the Cowboys would put up some type of a fight. Like I thought that they would be better, and they weren't, bro. I really don't know where to start other than you got spanked. And the offense didn't play. Like, this is what it looks like when the offense takes even a hair of a step back. Zach, how you doing? What are your early thoughts? I'll give my early thoughts, and then we'll kind of go through the game as it is.
Demoralizing. That's like that's the only word I can think of with this game, because it felt like early on that they weren't going to be able to keep pace. Dallas was not going to be able to play the game that they were playing in the first quarter. I think they said that was the Broncos' best first quarter, and they started it off with an interception. Their first throw of the game was a pick, and they still had their best first quarter of the season pretty easily. And it just felt like with the way they were playing against that pass rush, like that's not the team you want to get into obvious passing situations with. And they did that really, really quick. Dobbins was getting whatever he wanted. I think the Broncos finished the first half with like 9.7 yards per play. Like they were getting a first down every single time they ran a play. And it just wasn't going to happen. And you get the pick, we'll talk about it, but you got to get 7 points. Like the offense, but it sucks. Like Dallas had scored, what was it, 17.5? Like you're in any of those games, right? Most NFL teams are in a game. Probably going
out. Yeah, you're here. Here you go. Okay. You're back, Zach. Even your Wi-Fi doesn't want you.
Yeah, it don't even want to talk. It don't even want me to talk about this. It's just scoring 17.5. Like you're in any game, like any other NFL team, unless it's the Dolphins or the Cowboys. Like scoring 17, you have a chance to still compete in the game. But it was over. It felt like it was over at that point. So just demoralizing.
I thought this was Dak's worst game, and I said on Twitter, he's allowed to have a bad game, bro. He's been lights out. His numbers are still lights out, but he'll tell you that he didn't play up to his standard. And that happens, and it really happens when the pressure is on you to go out and score every drive of the season. And right now this defense is completely laughable. They did give you a play early on, and that was like you said. So Denver went 4 plays through the pick. You're in plus territory. You're driving the ball. And I think on that drive is where I said Shoddy is starting to, especially in the goal line, as good as the offense has been at times, he's at times overthinking the game.
Yep.
So we get 3 on that drive. If you get 7 on that drive, the game, the pressure of the game, the vibe of the game just feels different, in my opinion. But getting 3 there, what does Denver do? Bo Nix doesn't blink. You get the field goal. They go right down, 8-play drive, 7 points. It's like, okay, maybe we can get a stop. Nah, you don't. You go right down the field again. They get a stop. You go right down the field. 8-play drive again. No, excuse me. We punt on a 6-play drive. Then they go on a 6-play drive, score. And you're like, okay, maybe we'll get a stop again. And what happens? So then they go on then we go on a 15-play drive, and we finally get our touchdown in the second quarter. So it's 14-10. Then they just went on a barrage of scores. And like you said, the pick before halftime where we try to throw the seam, I just thought Dak was pressing, and that's where you hit it, man. The game was lost. Even in the second half, Zach just couldn't move the ball at will. We did have a touchdown in the third quarter, but I think that touchdown after they had already scored, after they were already up 27. Well, they went up. They got the field goal, so they went up to 30-17. Then we got a touchdown in the fourth quarter. They got a touchdown in the fourth quarter, touchdown in the fourth quarter. And then we get the late touchdown to Milton. By the way, great throw. You never had any good feel in this game, Zach. So
no, dude, the defense. Listen to the 5 plays, 74-yard touchdown, 4 plays, 62 yards touchdown, 6 plays, 65. Like you're not making them work for it at all. Like they're not having to work. Like 5 plays touchdown, 6 plays touchdown, 7 plays touchdown. Like your offense is never going to have a chance in that game. Like just think about saying that your offense had to score 45 to win. Like, and that's assuming whatever happened if the offense was able to keep up. Like they scored 40 against Green Bay and tied. Like, I can't put this on Dak. He definitely had the worst game. But it's also like, bro, Jalen Hurts or some of these other quarterbacks, they'll get away with having terrible games and win. Like, this is what it looks like when your quarterback isn't being Superman. If he's 14 touchdowns and 0 picks over 4 games, like this is what it looks like, 44-24. And I don't think people realize that you would look a lot like the Ravens do right now if you didn't have Dak. Like these games wouldn't be competitive at all. So.
Where do you start with the defensive blame for this week? I feel like it's every week we got to find either another defender. I will say, I was talking to you, Zach, and you kind of just got to laugh. So chat, let's just laugh. I know these are me and Zach's therapy sessions with you guys. So I will say, y'all, the defense is historically bad. Like they literally, if there was a 33rd rank, they'd be 33rd. Like it's right. So I think the biggest issue is, though, in all seriousness, Zach, you don't have good players in the secondary, and you have like makeshift players in the on the third level, on the second level of your defense. So let's look at the secondary. Who started today? Elijah Clark. He wasn't drafted. Elijah Clark wasn't drafted. He's an undrafted free agent.
Yep.
Me and you don't even know where did 25 come from, chat? Where did 25 come from?
The Cowboys picked him up on waivers. They picked him on the waiver wire right before week 1, but I have never heard his name until a couple weeks ago. And then I just realized he's been on the team for a couple weeks.
So that's two players that are like literally have no pedigree. No pedigree. Okay. So Bridges, and by the way, Bridges is bad. He's actually awful. That double move by Troy Franklin was like, wow, that was terrible. But like, okay, so that was bad. But then you look at Elam and you like, man, like, and Tony Romo kept saying it throughout the broadcast, like, bro, Eberflus, honestly, I don't know what I would do. Right. And so you have him, and then Marquise Bell was undrafted. So you literally played with 4 guys on your back end, and then Bland, but Bland is what, a 6th round pick, 5th round, 6th round pick, and he got paid. But so you played, think about this, bro. You played with 4 guys on your back end who were either undrafted or literally weren't drafted before the 4th, 5th round. I mean, these guys are trash. They're trash truck drivers, bro. Yeah. No shout out, no shade to any trash truck driver in there.
No. You know what stinks is it really didn't look any different than it did with Donovan Wilson and Booker, and like they'll give up. I just get so frustrated watching these games. 3rd and 12, you give up a 10-yard play at the sticks. So you give up
that's what you
and then you turn around and give up everything deep too. Like, can we at least pick one? Like, can we just say, okay, we're not going to give up anything up underneath and then just give up every deep bomb? Like, can we just pick one or the other? That's where you're right. They don't have the talent on the back end. Guys were just getting routed up. You saw with Elijah Clark and Kyer Elam, like, I guess it was a miscommunication or it wasn't, and Elam doesn't know what he's doing. Easy touchdown. Like, it's, what was it, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20? Yeah. It was something, or 1st and 20, whatever. It's a touchdown. He's open by 8 yards, 10 yards.
Yeah.
And it's just laughable. It's laughable at this point with these guys. Like, and we've said it since like week 2. Like, I don't know how you fix it. And everybody in the building is thinking the same exact thing. Like, how do you fix it when you have guys hurt and guys that aren't hurt aren't playing good? Like, I can't name one guy today on the defense that played good. And Bridges, shout out to him. Bo Nix threw it to him.
Yeah, no. Somebody made a good point. I think that Kyer Elam has never made a tackle in his life. I mean, that was the part where I told people that at the very least, at the ultimately very least, with Donovan Wilson, those long runs won't be 20-yard, 30-yard. Bro, I'm watching Elam. I'm like, dude, do you understand the run fit? I literally can't name one person. I'm like, bro, have you ever played football before? And there's a reason why Buffalo fans are like, bro, I've had Buffalo fans in my mentions. No, I've had Buffalo fans. Zach, Buffalo fans have been in my mention and said, bro, I feel bad for y'all. I feel bad. So, Zach, I want to talk about a player who I noticed in the Carolina game. What are your thoughts on Osa Odighizuwa? Because he got paid. And I don't know if you saw it on the TV copy, but he just doesn't affect the game in any way, bro. And only reason why I'm on him like this is because it's the same thing I did to Diggs, where it's like, hey, man, I'm going to judge you by the money you're making. I am, because you're paid to play better. Where are you at with Osa, bro? I don't understand this.
He hasn't been worth the money that they paid him at all. Like, when he does try to knife through the line, he's tripping and falling down, or he's just getting completely removed from the play. Like, he hasn't been worth the money. And I do think a little bit of that comes from not having Micah, especially in third and long situations. Like, does Osa, I need to look at the numbers. He doesn't have a sack, right? Or if he does, he has one. I need to look at the pressure numbers. I'm positive they're not good, but it's not having that guy on the edge that everyone's worried about. Osa can work the middle in these third and long situations. He doesn't have that. And he's not a great run defender as it is. Like, he's not a big guy. Like, he can play north and south, get up field really quick. But when it's time to hunker down and stop the run and do stuff like he hasn't been worth the money. What did they give him? $20 million? And he's pretty much been a non-factor in most of these games. And I want to hear your thoughts about it too. And while you do that, I'll look up these pressure numbers and stuff. But it's just another one of those things, bro, where you pay a guy, you feel like you got a good deal. We kind of gave you a hometown discount. Milton Williams got 24, Osa got 20. So they were kind of in that same ballpark. And it just hasn't worked out. It hasn't worked out at all. He has not been, like I said, I cannot name one single defender and point to them and say, you've played good. Like, you've played good. Maybe Reddy Stewart, and that's maybe comes with the expectations of how he was going to play. Maybe. But
that Reddy tackle was like, hey, man, somebody at least wanted to hit somebody.
Yeah, at least somebody wants to play. Like,
yeah,
I've just never seen a defense get smoked. All 11 guys get smoked at the same exact time over and over. It's just crazy.
Yeah. And it was funny, and we're going to get to the offense in a second, but I think what you said about Osa and what me and you were both saying about Osa is this. Chad, this team is built the wrong way when it comes to Matt Eberflus' defense. In all seriousness, we don't have the bodies in the middle of this defense in this scheme to play the way that we want to play. And so what's happening is good teams, and listen, I don't know how good Denver's offense is, but I know Sean Payton is smart enough to find holes and find weaknesses. And I'll be honest, even after the pick, he found 25. You got to give him credit for that. I honestly give Sean Payton and his staff, they kind of outcoached you guys today. Like they did. They kind of outcoached your staff. I think that they found 25. They found edge runs, Zach, because I felt like those edge runs, like, that was what was really giving us hell, was just like 20 would not come down and fit. They found stuff like that. And it was just like, man, this was the first game that I said I had no answer watching. Like, okay, what do we do? Especially with our defense, because I get that everybody wants to play man, and I'm just gonna push back on the fan base just a little bit. The problem with playing man, that Tony said it a few times on the broadcast, is like on the broadcast. The problem with playing man is you actually have to be able to cover. I don't know if people understand that. Like, bro, trust me when I tell you all, I'm pretty sure Eberflus is looking at the corners that he has and says, well, if you put them closer, they're just going to run past our guys. And to be fair, a rookie, what was it, Bryant? Remember, we were talking about Bryant during the draft cycle. I mean, he ran right past. Who was that? Who was that corner on that play for the touchdown?
Who was it?
Who was that corner, Chad?
I don't know. I know Bryant's not fast. He's not a fast guy. Pat Bryant's not a super quick guy. Let me see if I got it. I don't know who the corner was.
But the point is, so they're saying it was 25. Cool. Bridges got beat. So it's just like, and I don't even know if that was a man rep. It was like off man, but even if it's zone, if he's in your zone, it turns to man. So that was Bridges. At the end of the day, the personnel is just not good enough. I see a few people talking about, hey, you know what? Bland play good. I guess. I don't know. I don't think anybody played good. When you give up 44 points, there's nobody I can point to say, man, great job. You did your job. So,
and they could have scored more.
They could have scored more.
This Broncos offense hasn't been good this year. This Broncos offense scored 8 against the Giants at home all the way up until the third quarter, and then the Giants just kind of gave it back to them over the course of the fourth quarter. Like, Bo Nix has not been great this year. Sean Payton hasn't been great this year. There's been people calling for his head. And the Cowboys have made every single quarterback they've played look like an all-pro outside of Jaden Daniels. Outside of Jaden Daniels, that's because he didn't finish the game. But every broadcast, and I need to start listening to it with the sound off because it gets more frustrating. They're like, it looks like this team's figured it out. Like, no, they're playing the Cowboys. They haven't figured anything out. And that's what Tony Romo said at like middle of the fourth quarter. Looks like they found 25. Like, bro, they found him in the second drive of the game. Like, they were going Bo Nix threw the pick going after him anyway. So it's like you can really just they just pick where they want to go with the ball. It's like it's just pitch and catch. And I agree with you. I think there are scheme issues and stuff that Eberflus, it doesn't fit what some of these guys do well. But I also think at some point it comes down to guys have to play better, and you just don't have the talent to play better. Like you can't mentally make yourself run faster or cover better, or like you just can't do it. So it's like, that's why I keep saying when it comes to rebuilding this team and whatnot, like all those first round picks and really next year's draft, that needs to be defense. That needs to, like, even if your offense drops down to the 8th or 9th offense compared to number 1, like they are this year, which we should talk about how they've been bad on the road. They haven't been great on the road. But like, even if it drops down, like at least your defense gets up into the maybe 20 and then you're kind of more even. It's just demoralizing to have a side of the ball be so good and the other side not be able to figure it out even once or twice throughout a game.
Hey, Zach, I told you when I told you when I hit you, I was like, man, I'm not really upset. Like it's one of those things, chat, where you know who you are. Like even last week, the offense was able to put so much pressure on the Commanders that the defense couldn't really mess it up for you. And so the style of the game looked different. I said, man, and it sucked. And see, this isn't fair to Brian Schottenheimer or Dak Prescott. It's just not. And I am Dak's biggest critic. I've been one of his biggest critics. These games aren't on press. Like these games aren't on Dak. This game isn't on the offense because no offense. Go look at the Chiefs. They're awarded. Let's be honest. They are awarded the ability to have a bad drive. Why? Because Steve Spagnuolo, the personnel on that defense is so good that they don't have to be perfect on every drive. Yep. When you look at the Cowboys, Zach, we have to be perfect on every drive, especially if you're playing a decent team.
Bro, I see a comment. It says something about like Dak was okay. Dak is good, but not 60 mil good. He was supposed to carry this team today, and he could. He cannot consistently score 45 points, or that's what he would have needed to win today. Dude, 24, and I know Milton had the one touchdown, and Dak didn't play the last 10 or 11 minutes of the game, but 24 would have beat the Bucks, who beat the Saints 23-3. It would have beat the Bucks. It would have beat the Titans. It would have beat the Giants, the Browns, like would have beat the Texans. Like, you just cannot expect a quarterback to go out there and score 45. No other quarterback in the league has to do it. Not one. So it's like your team should be built to carry your quarterback when he has off days. And we've seen it in the past with Dak. Like, I've criticized Dak when the defense did play well and he didn't play well. And it really genuinely costed you the game. If Dak put up 13 and you needed 15 to win, that's on him. Yeah, but you cannot come on here and say Dak's got to score 40. Like, it doesn't make any sense. The argument makes zero sense. And he wasn't good. I can say that, but it also...
No, Dak wasn't good today, but...
No, he wasn't good. But that's his first bad game in a month and a half. So at some point, like, if you ran this team or somebody ran this team and said that Dak was the problem today, you would never fix this. It would never get... Like, you have to point out what is actually wrong. Just it's low-hanging fruit.
No, I like when the chat this is good stuff because we're here for you guys. I saw somebody else said Foots, you thought that I think it was Marty. This is a good comment, Marty. Let's look at it. Foots, you said they were gonna win today. You didn't know who we were at all. To be honest, Marty, if I'm really thinking about it, I thought that if you scored early, like games, like I just coached in the championship game today, matter of fact. Actually, hold on real quick, Zach. Let me do this. This will make me feel better. Hold tight, 2 seconds. This is my ring, Zach. They gave us nice rings.
Yeah, that is nice.
So I actually just coached in the championship game. I know people are gonna say, oh, Foots is just little league football. Yeah, whatever, cool. I spent a lot of time with those kids, so I'm happy about my game today. So anyway, the game is ebbs and flows, right? And what I mean by that is this, Zach. You score 7 there, the game feels different. Now their sideline is like, oh, you know what? Can we get the offense going? We start playing tight. But you get 3, like, oh, you know what? We're still in this. We don't have to come out of certain calls down distance. And I thought that you were awarded an opportunity, Zach, to here's a freebie. That's where I said Dak and Shoddy weren't great this game. But they're not the issue with this team. The issue is bad scheme meets bad personnel. You're coaching. You're still trying to win with Dan Quinn's guys. You're trying to win with Dan Quinn's guys and his players. I mean, it's like the front office has such a disconnect. Now I'm even starting to realize, like, man, you know what? Paying Osa, was that a mistake?
Yep. And those are starting to stack up. Your question, well, we know that paying Diggs was a mistake. Okay, well, they paid Bland too. He got hurt at the beginning of the year. He's played pretty good, but they paid him pretty big cornerback money, like top 5 money. Paid Osa. They, like you just start questioning all of that. But you're right. I said it during the Panthers game. This team does not play good complementary football. Like,
that's the offense.
The offense will score as the defense gives up points. But the defense gets a stop or two. It's like the offense just completely stalls out and they can't. Yeah. And this team really saw it against the Commanders. They're actually built to play out in front. They can blow teams out if they get into that flow of the game to where the defense and the offense stack up for 3 or 4 drives. The game will get out of hand. We saw it against the Commanders. I mean, it was opposite of this. It was a blowout. So they just haven't played good complementary football, and they can't do it at the same time. Like the defense, they can't do it hardly at all, but it just doesn't match up. And that's really what happened today because they didn't score 7. Then the defense almost got a stop and they had that penalty. That flipped the game. It was a 10 or 14 point swing by not scoring down on the 2 or 3 yard line. Do you get the penalty? And then, getting a penalty on the defensive side of the ball, giving the ball back. It was like 2 plays later they score. So,
all right.
I feel like we had the same conversation. I feel like we've had this same conversation 8 times. It's insane.
All right. So now we got to talk about this offense, Zach, because I think what's happened is now we're awarded to be like with the defense, you can't be nitpicky. You got to get what you get. It's almost like school lunch. You go to a public school, Zach, if you get one good day of school lunch, doggone it, you won, Zach. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
you're not getting the gourmet meals. If the pizza is hitting on that one day, you better take it. Every other day, you getting old crusty mac and cheese. You getting burgers that have no flavor, dried out burgers. That you know what I mean? It's school lunch. With the defense, if they can hold a team to 30 points, 20 point, you're like, man, what a win. But this offense, Zach, we can nitpick. Seasoning not right, food not cooked all the way. I feel like that's exactly what happened today. Shotty's play calling in the 5 and in really scares me at times, Zach. And the reason why I say this is because I'm a big proponent of take matchups. And there's times I just feel like he's looking at Pickens and he's overthinking it.
Yeah.
There was no reason to, and maybe Dak did this on his own, but the call over the headset should have been, hey, if we get Pickens one-on-one here, throw the fade. Why did we throw the slant? I just did not like that call, Zach. Early on, that slant to CD double covered, because what Denver was doing was they were keeping the safety over top of CD. They weren't going to let 88 beat them. And so if you're doing that, we should be able to win with George Pickens. How did you feel about this offense as a whole, Zach? Like, what was your thoughts?
It makes it weird when they get into these situations where it feels like they're playing catch up, because I feel like that changes the entire game plan. But that also comes with Shotty knowing his team and saying, okay, there's a chance that we're going to give up points here. Let's like your game plan needs to focus around the defense and them giving up points. So it shouldn't come as a surprise to Shotty that they're down 14 or 17 like they are. I didn't love the stuff, and I haven't all year down in the red zone with some of the play calling. It gets a little funky. Like sometimes it's like just give it to Javonte Williams 3 times. Like we're down inside of the 3 or 4 yard line. Give it to Javonte 3 or 4 times. I think they do get away from some of the things that they do well as the game goes on. It's like they'll hit a lull.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me not to circle back to the defense, because I do think that changes a lot of things when you got to
like how they're calling it.
Yes, like it's like, oh, okay, we're down 14. Well, you're not going to sit there and try to pound the rock with Javonte, down 14 or 17 or 20. But I have most of my complaints with Shotty have come from his red zone stuff. It just gets a little freaked out. Like he will call the fade ball, and they really haven't had that much success with it down inside like the 10 this year. It doesn't feel like. I don't know what the actual numbers are. But sometimes it's just as easy as give it to Javonte and let him run it up the gut 3 or 4 times, and let's try to score this thing. And I think Shotty outthinks himself sometimes, and it cost him today.
Dak Prescott had a rating of 51.5, 19 completions, 31 attempts, 188 yards. The 2 interceptions were bad, both bad picks. Javonte Williams had his lowest outing. Jaden Blue had some nice runs, but then he got crushed. And the fumble issue, of course. I think we need another runner, Zach. I think we need another runner.
Why do you think that was? Do you think they're trying to save Javonte like for the later on in the season? Like why was Jaden Blue getting reps today against that defense? I was kind of surprised.
To be real, bro, I just feel like Shotty's looking at it like we need to change the pace at times. And Jaden hit it a few times, but then there's too many times where he's running timid. And you can just tell that this offense needs a runner that's going to get downhill. Like there's no other way around it, Zach. If you're on this offense, that's why I said give Phil Maffa a chance, because he's going to be just have 2 of the same types of running backs. And when he fumbled, I said, Jesus, like we didn't recover that ball. I don't know how we ended up getting it back, but we didn't recover that football, bro. But I said to myself, I said, this team needs another back. They need another guy who shot out of a cannon. See, when Javonte is really in his bag, even on the touchdown that he had two. On his two scores, Zach, he shot out of a cannon, bro. Like he's hitting it, he's running the football. But with Blue, the runs he had weren't bad. Don't get me wrong, but I just still feel like it's not hitting the way that it should. And go ahead.
I get that vibe too. I get that. Like it's not. It's like it's like a quarter step behind. Like
Yeah.
in what he's seeing and believing himself. Like he's not running as confident maybe as he did in college. I kind of get that vibe too. Problem is where is this team at? And we can talk about it too. Like with today's game, like would you be interested in getting another runner this year? Like what are some moves? You know, like defense too. Dallas has been talking about defensive moves and this or that. Like where would you get another runner unless it was a guy that a team would be willing to give up or give you a 6th or 7th round pick for. But I think Javonte needs help, and I'm not 100% sold on Blue just yet.
I think the interesting thing too is just like, do you just keep going through the bad with the defense and just say to hell with it and don't make a move? Because now it's just like you can wait for free agency. You could you're gonna be 8-8 or 9-7. You're gonna be 8-8 or 8-9. What would be the other one? Help me with the math, y'all. You're gonna float around 500.
Yeah, they'll be 8-1. Like
yep.
Number 1 offense, worst defense in the league. Like you're gonna meet in the middle. You're gonna be 8-1. Like the perfect.
You'll miss the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
You'll be looking at the end of the game. I mean, at the end of the season. Oh, can this team beat that? Can they please? Can they pray? I pray. You know what I mean? You'll be doing all this stuff. You'll be what's the old adage, trying to get lucky and wear your pajamas inside out, whatever they do you'll be trying to do whatever you can to get lucky, right, Zach? But it's not going to happen. So I think in that vein, because last week my tune is, and this is the beauty of the league, Zach, is week to week. I'll be the first to say last week, hey, go get a defender. This week, I don't know. You know what I mean? So maybe it's like somewhere, maybe it's just like the team somewhere in the middle, Zach, where I still think that this is why, and as bad as Donovan Wilson's played, he's played terribly. I think that I would have rather seen him and Hooker out there, because you wouldn't have had the long runs. Like, let's look at it, Zach. And obviously Rico Dowdle went crazy. So, I mean, it's however you want to get beat, you can with this team. But J.K. Dobbins on 15 attempts, bro. 111 yards. R.J. Harvey on 7 attempts, 6 yards, Zach. 40 yards. Longest run, 2 touchdowns for Harvey, a freaking rookie. Like, at least Donald will make a tackle. I don't know. Maybe he won't.
Yeah. The longs for some of the receivers, 26, 39, 24. And for the running backs, 25, 40. Like just giving up explosive plays. And I Donovan Wilson will be gone next year. Like his contract's out. Like I do think they're going to rebuild this thing. The only way I would be interested in this team trading for a defender is if it matters 2 years from now. It has to be I'm just going to throw the name out there. Not saying it changes this year, but like Jeffrey Simmons, he would be here till 2028. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're really going to try over the next 3 years and then sign Pickens and do all of these things and try to rebuild the defense in 2026 and 2027, then I would make the move. But I wouldn't trade for a Trey Hendrickson and pay him a bunch of money to be here for the next 4 years. Like I just wouldn't be all that interested in something like that. Max Crosby, 2 or 3 years. But I don't think you'd have to make a good 4, 5, 6 moves to change much defensively this year. But I really do. I think Dallas will make a trade. I mean, they traded a 4th for Jonathan Mingo when they had Cooper Rush at quarterback.
Yeah,
like they're gonna make a trade. And I felt like this was a winnable game for Dallas. I really did. Like, it sounds crazy right now. Like, people are like, oh, yeah, with hindsight, you can say, of course, they're going to get destroyed. But I thought there
Yeah.
was a path to victory. Like, the Broncos haven't been good. They haven't. Like, they come back.
No,
They went
not
down
offensively.
32-8 to the Giants. They had to score 33 in the fourth quarter to beat the Giants.
I guess, and see, this is what I don't like. First, I bet y'all stop trying to kick Diggs off the team now. No, I want Diggs gone still.
Yeah.
I can't speak for nobody else. I want him out of here. This has to be a true clean house. That's the only way. When you're trying to clean something and when you're trying to stop roots from growing, you have to get up, dig the whole tree, and stop it. I don't want Diggs here. He's out. That's why I said you're in a tricky situation because do you let it play out and just keep going through? You're gonna stay bad. So that's just how it is. But I don't want Diggs here. This doesn't change my mind about Diggs at all. It doesn't change my mind about Donald at all. Matter of fact, what it does do is it tells you that you're now going to have to actually invest in the safety position. This has nothing to do with you're going to have to now draft a safety. Zach said to myself, we're going to have to draft 2 corners.
Yeah.
Now, I'm thinking you may have to draft 2 corners, linebacker, safety. Like, you're going to have to do a complete retooling and gutting of this roster, on the defense side of the ball. You're going to have to.
Yeah, I think people are getting this messed up with like, bet you miss Diggs now and stuff. Dude, I don't even look at the jersey anymore. Like it's all the same. It really is. Like, it don't matter if it's Diggs out there, Bridges, Stewart. Like, it don't matter. It's just where you are with the talent and stuff. Diggs, like you said, you have to base it on how much money he's making. Like, I'm not going to be mad at Bridges because he's a rookie 7th round pick that they got off waivers. Like, okay, that's a team building issue. That's an injury issue, whatever. But when you look at Diggs and the years that he's had, like, he wouldn't have changed a single thing in this game. A single thing. As like, I didn't notice Deron Bland the entire game. Like, he didn't make that much of a difference. This, like you said, this is like an 8 to 10 player difference in you being what you are right now and good later on. Like, this needs to be completely redone. And I think the next draft, I think they have like 7 or 8 picks. 7 or 8 are going to be defensive players.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I think that, if you if you really want to be taken serious, you're gonna have to marry free agency with it because we can know, like, the scary thing is this. You're gonna do this over and over again where Dak is playing good. He has a rough game, and you're like, man, and we're wasting his time. Or how it wins the next time he's going to be healthy. He hasn't gotten injured this year, knock on wood, but is he going to be? So you don't want to deal with that, Zach. So you're going to have to get some older vets in here who can at least help the young guys on defense. So hopefully when Revel and Overshown get back, this is why I said on Twitter, when Revel gets in there, he needs to play because Elam is off. Elam is your worst player on defense. I'm going to go there.
100%.
And on a bad defense,
I don't know. What about Sam Williams? Can we go out throw Sam Williams? Can I throw the hat in there?
Did you see that, Zach?
Bro, he made a play. He made a play. Listen, this man made a play. Didn't get a flag. I was looking on the TV. I'm waiting for the yellow thing to pop up at the bottom of the screen. I'm about to shoot out a tweet. Sam Williams just made a play without getting a penalty. Very next play, the Broncos score, and what happens? He gets a personal foul penalty.
Man, that's crazy.
Bro, he can't help himself. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It really is. Yeah, I think it's Elam and Sam Williams too. Like I did.
Nah, it's like you said, man. It's one of them things that's just like, But I tell you this with Sam. He's another one. What you play baseball, Zach?
Mm-hmm.
You're out of there. Like, bro, when I tell you,
got to
these dudes,
bro, you got to go. So that's the problem with you. When we can sit here and argue about who's the worst player on the defense, you got a problem, bro. You got a really bad problem. Yeah, get out.
So
Go.
yeah, that's that. So our get out list is growing. We'll start. Well, hey, chat, we're starting to get a get out list. So help us out, chat. We'll start.
Somebody already did.
Somebody got the
Williams,
list.
Nealon, Osa, Elam, Williams can all go.
Okay, so let's look at his get out list. Chat, let's start our get out list. Let's go. Let's start with R. Williams. I like it, R. Williams. So R. Williams says, so Nealon, I'm out. I'm gonna keep Nealon. I'm gonna keep Nealon. Or we'll keep him for one more year because he at least gives us effort. We'll keep Nealon. Williams, you're out of there.
Gone.
Elam, you are out of there. Bridges, I like Bridges as a backup, special teams guy. Give him a little bit of money. Keep the safeties. I want Murray out, Zach, because he's not consistent. He had a great game last game, but he's just not consistent and didn't notice him. I want James here as a backup so he can learn the game. What's up with bro? I can't believe Maris leave. Like, I just don't know why he's not good this year, why he can't play. We thought that Eberflus with the backers. Like, my dog, I had such high hopes for Maris, and I don't know.
I don't know what's happened to him either. And I think that's where it's a little bit more nuanced than being like, oh, it's the coordinator, oh, it's the players. Because, like, if everybody's bad, at some point you got to start looking at the coordinators. The coordinator or position coaches or something. Like, every single guy is taking a step back. And I had high hope for, let's see what Overshown looks like.
Now,
if he looks fully athletic, like the knee injury doesn't zap all of his athleticism, good. But, like, let's see what he looks like. If he looks equally terrible but still as athletic as he was beforehand, there's something wrong. So I think it's just more nuanced than that. But I'm disappointed in Maris too. And he's another guy, one step forward, two steps back. He'll do something dumb, get a penalty, get in somebody's face.
Well, Zach, our vent session is over.
I know.
I will say this, and all the and one thing I do know for sure is I want to address this comment real quick. We can take our time. First, you're the same one saying we play too much zone, too much, man. You change your mind every week. They get beaten zone, they get beaten, man. The scheme of the play. Well, Randy, that's what we're trying to tell you, bro. Like, you can't. So, Randy, I'm glad you said this. Even the fans are confused. Everybody's confused. Zach. It's we're confused by I get it, Randy. What? Let me make this plain and clear for you, my brother. I'm very thankful that you watched the show, Randy. I don't want to play zone. I don't think Zach wants to play zone. The reason why you're playing zone is because zone is a tactic that you use when your players aren't good. And you keep things in front of you, and you're hoping once you get to the 20. You can clamp up, use the end zone as your boundary, stuff like that. If you want to play man, be my guest. They're just gonna be long. Like, okay, I'll give you a man rep. You want to play man? Who? Randy, Mr. Randy, Big Randy. Give you all the energy you want. Go look at Bridges playing man against Troy Franklin. That was a man rep. It's his man. He was off man. You know what Troy Franklin did to him? He turned him around on that double move. You want to play man? You want to see man, Mr. Randy? Go look at Diggs try to press, and he fell down, and Romaduze ran right past him. You want to see man? Go look at Malik Neighbors run right past. So, do you get what I'm saying now?
Yeah, Troy Franklin's first touchdown was man, and they didn't. Elam either didn't follow him like he was supposed to. He was playing off man. And he just let him run on a deep dig, and that's why he was 10 yards open. Like, they were playing man on that. Now, I don't know if there was miscommunication or Elam wouldn't have made the play regardless. The communication don't even matter. He wasn't going to make the play regardless. So, like, I give it to Eberflus. He has tried, but at some point, like, personnel's not good. Like, you don't have the guys to run with any receivers.
You don't. And to be honest with you, bro, I'm not going to sit here and like poo poo. I'm not. What I'm not gonna do is poo poo Matt Eberflus. Yes, and I've said this, and I'm not gonna change. I don't want to fire Matt Eberflus. I haven't changed, and I'm not gonna change. The guy was dealt a terrible hand. He was. You heard Tony Romo say it on the broadcast. Listen, do I think he's calling the best games? No, but you knew this when you hired him. The front office and Shoddy and whoever hired him, and I don't know who brought him in. Do your research. He loves to play zone. He's always done that. He's Rob Marinelli. That's who he is. They want to keep things in front of him, rally and tackle. The problem is the Cowboys don't have good players, and they didn't give him good players, and they didn't give him guys for his scheme. So he's trying to run his scheme with Dan Quinn's players. Osa was drafted under the Dan Quinn regime. Fowler was brought in under the Dan Quinn regime. Diggs, Dan Quinn regime. Donald, Dan. You get what I'm saying?
Three different coordinators in 3 years. So none of these guys, other than Dan Quinn, have had a chance to build their unit. And before Dan Quinn, it was Mike Nolan. And actually, this defense is worse than Mike Nolan. I think the ones about the secondary and stuff are getting on your nerves, but I think we're being rage baited with the Dak takes, because I just want to point this out. Jalen Hurts won a game this year with 101 passing yards. 52 QBR. He had a 52 QBR. That's worse than Dak's. He had 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That is worse than Dak having 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And they beat the Chiefs. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
How about that?
They beat Dallas with him with 150 yards. They beat the Bucks 31-25. He had 130 yards. What do you think a Dallas Cowboys game would look like if Dak had 101 yards? It would have been 56-14, 10.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of issues, and I don't think Eberflus is 100% an issue. Dak is definitely not. But when you have all of these problems, even the smallest things kind of get picked out, and it's a lot to figure out. I think we're all confused because we really weren't expecting. I wasn't expecting the defense to be this bad. I was thinking in that 20 range, they'll probably be like 15-20, middle of the pack, maybe slightly below average. I wasn't expecting
this
historic. You want to get the super chats?
Yeah, let's get the supers. And I was gonna say we'll be on this weekend.
Yeah,
pretty sure we'll start talking some draft picks. Let's no, it's still a little too early. People think Diggs exactly. Chris Broussard, smart man right here. Diggs would have been the same score, and it's not a knock at Diggs, but he wouldn't say it. Thank you for that super chat, Diggs. Appreciate it. Trade Dak while we can still get the picks for him. Fire the Eberflus. Start rebuilding. We need too much. They're not going to trade Dak, so that won't happen. They may fire Eberflus. Yeah, he has enough trade.
He ain't going nowhere. Hopefully, whoever you draft or you get a quarterback can throw for 600 yards and 5 touchdowns a game, because Dak's only throwing for 404 touchdowns.
He's been the best player on your team, so it's what it is. He had a bad game. It happens. If we're being honest, this was a classic Dak games. Also, Osa did not deserve to get paid. I don't know what you mean by classic Dak game. I mean, I guess.
Hey, you know what is funny about Dak is when they get down like this, he will throw that inevitable pick. It's loading up, but that simply comes from them pressing. And that's what I mean by the offensive game plan changes, and everybody's mindset changes as soon as you get down. The whole game is completely different. You're playing catch up, and Dak just is pressing too hard. He's thinking when he drops back, my defense sucks. We got to get this done. We need to score now. It's like everybody that plays Madden, you start losing, you can throw 5 picks.
Oh, bro, when he gets down, the Lulu interception. I can't believe he threw the one to D lineman. I'm like, Dak, come on, bro. But it's that type of game. Got to get back in the lab. 24-hour rule, put it behind him. I'm pretty sure Dak's at the podium now with his suit on, saying, "Man, I want to play better. I let these guys down. The whole night."
The defense didn't do it, bro. It's a team effort.
Yeah,
knowing them defense.
Hey, Zach, give me your best Dak impression. What is he saying right now?
He's saying something about we're gonna get figured out. We're gonna get back to work. Got a long ride home to Dallas, and those defenders know I got their back. I face them every week in practice.
You ready for Shotty? Oh, let me put my hat back. Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. We gotta play better. I mean, you guys can talk about Matt Eberflus all you want, but guys, I gotta do my job. I gotta score more points. And I suck today. I don't know. Could be good. Could be better. Javonte, gotta give Javonte more carries. Javonte, we let Javonte down. But I tell you what, we're gonna have our energy there. Those are good men in that locker room. And I tell you this, we're gonna fight our tails off, and we're gonna be back next week.
Just like that.
Did I get it? Did I get Shotty? Did I get Shotty down?
Just like it. That was
right,
perfect.
Man. It's not.
Yeah. And then hopefully on Mondays, hey, call Eberflus, let him know.
Yeah.
Let Donovan Wilson, Trayvon Diggs, Eberflus, Sam Williams. We'll just play with 5. We'll play with 5 defenders.
This is Shotty talking about Eberflus. Well, I'm gonna tell you, Matt's been around the league. He's a good coordinator. It's on us. I'm gonna drink a Shotty on the plane. Hey man, what a good therapy session. Hey, let's get to this last. Look, somebody said it, Zach. Thank you for the $5. Thanks for the therapy session, fellas. Much love. Thank you, Curtis. I appreciate you, bro.
Getting more.
Oh, they spanking them. Cool.
Yeah, they're starting to.
What are you doing? What are you doing if getting jumped and the only person that can save you this guy? Well, if that's the case, Kidney Torres, I'm probably getting my gun. I don't know. I can't depend on it.
Roll over.
I'm telling you, if we traded Dak and had hella picks and got a good defense, more talented, we would not need 400 yards a game. That's not happening. So I appreciate you, Juice. Thank you for the $4. Thank you for watching, but I promise you that's not happening.
20.
They got a 20.
Keep us on here now. They're gonna make us. We need more therapy.
They're telling us to stay on. They said stay. Yeah, you need more therapy. Let's see. Shotty better beat the Eagles and the Chiefs at home. Ran no huddle and up tempo on the road. Hey, you know what? DeJuan, he did do a better job of that. I think the thing that I didn't like was I just don't think that we're doing a good enough job in the red zone. Like we can't have threes. Now with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb on the football field. Can't have it, Zach.
They were 2 for 4 in the red zone. I also think the offense has been different from on the road versus at home. They've been a lot more efficient. And we've had 2 games that look like this: the Bears, the Broncos game, and both of those were on the road. So they have to win these home games. He's right. Like, you got to beat the Eagles at home, and you got to at least make it a game with the Chiefs. But I mean, they tied with the Packers scoring 40.
Yeah.
But you got to win these home games.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I don't want to sound like I'm rambling. That's why I was about to get off. I appreciate that you guys. Hey, listen, I want to say this too. I love that we got female listeners. Fellas, I love y'all, but y'all sometimes get on my nerves. I want to, and this from her, Abby, beautiful young lady. I'll listen. Can all my female listeners come to the front? Because some of these dudes in here, some of y'all I don't want to argue with y'all. I really just want to figure out what's the issue. That's what me and Zach do when we come to therapy. We just want to figure out what's the issue. I'm going to go drink a Shotty. Okay. We're going to drink a Shotty. I'm going to talk to GP. I didn't get GP involved in that. That's my Schottenheimer, whatchamacallit. I didn't get him. And then there's another thing that I think that, thank you. There go my female listeners in here. Much love to you. I think that we gotta all right, this is what I did see. I was looking up the numbers, Zach. George Pickens had more yards than CD, bro. Less targets. I think there's a world, and I want to say this very respectfully.
Oh, let it rip.
Let it go, Zach. I think there's a world where in some games you need to target GP more. Like, the thing that I don't like is we can look and see that, and that's why I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time. You see how I'm pausing, Zach? I want
Yeah.
to make sure because
Make sure you say it
CD's
right.
my I got because I don't want this to get clipped up or anything. I don't want anybody to come back next week and say, "Foots, you said George Pickens was better." I'm not saying that he's better. What I'm saying is there are times when George Pickens seems to be on a heater, whether it's his route running, whether it's a slant. Think about it. The only slant that he didn't catch was the one that was Dak threw that one behind him. Everything else was bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean?
And he went to him on a 4th and short at one point. Like he only looked Pickens away. He was 1-on-1. That was a toe tap on the sideline. And somebody said that they feel like CD's being limited. No, I just think that it looks so much smoother with Pickens because him and Dak right now are just in that zone and they're trying to get Lamb involved. Like not too much. Like you can never throw it to your number one wide receiver too much, but like you said, when Pickens is on a heater, like go that way. Especially if they're going to go 1-on-1. Like if they're going to cap Lamb, there's no reason that he should have more targets than Pickens. Like keep going to 3 until they make you stop going to 3. And I don't think I think he's trying to keep his number one wide receiver happy. The front office, like, hey, we paid Lamb $34 million, trying to keep him happy. You know, it gets weird. It gets weird because, dude, Pickens is. I'm not joking. I'll say it. He's up there. Like he's closer to Lamb than he isn't to Lamb.
Hello.
You know, like he's right up there with him.
No, and like if you think about it, bro, that's not and like. They have to find it's you know what it reminds me of? I'll say this. It reminds me of when Clay and Steph were on the same level, like healthy. And Clay, as good as Steph was, there were times where, like, okay, when Clay saved that, I don't know if you guys are diehard basketball fans, but I really, especially in the playoffs, I remember all these series. When Clay saved that OKC series, it's like that's what they have here. Where it's like this dude can win you a game, bro. He can win you a game, Zach. Yeah. And so I think that they need to figure that out. Like he went out, CD went out, and you had 40 points against a great Green Bay defense. Shotty, you got to know that, bro. Like there was no reason in that red area to force the ball to CD when he's getting capped like that. There's no reason. There's absolutely no reason. And I don't know. I think that I want to sleep on it, but I do feel like he's making the most. Like, what more can he do? And another thing is this. No, I don't want to take up all the time, Zach.
But. Oh, dude, bro, you're good. We're just chatting. We still got 500 people in here.
Zach, why are we giving what's up with the Flournoy, bro? Like, why? Like, Turpin, I don't know. Like, he may just be a gadget guy. I know that people have these high expectations for him to become a receiver, bro. I think he's like 28. He's older. How old is Turpin? 27,
he's like 27, 28. Yeah, he's older.
Okay, so he's older. He's little. Why can't we just throw the ball to Flournoy? I don't like Flournoy had a 100-yard game. It's like he'll never get another pass again. Yeah. What are we doing?
Yeah, like why are we going to Turpin on a gotta have it 3rd and 5? And if you don't get that 3rd and 5, like you're gonna punt. So pretty much it's a 4th and 5.
And
like,
we punted. Oh my God, don't get me started.
Why are we getting mad at Shoddy and not, or why are we blaming Shoddy and not Dak for throwing it that way? Because it's the way they put out personnel. Like the read is going from where if you notice, Dak will trust his guy if his read is open. Like if Dak will trust his reads. I don't even think he knows who he's throwing it to half the time. But like personnel usage on both sides of the ball haven't been good. Like there's no reason that Turpin should have been out there. There's no reason that Pickens shouldn't be in a spot to be successful when he is the guy and he's playing better than every receiver you got. It needs to be they dumbed down Tolbert snaps, but they didn't. But I guess they just gave Turpin more, or they're kind of like rotating Flournoy, and it's not working. Whatever they're doing, it needs to be Pickens, Lamb, Flournoy. Like I think those 3, you're perfectly fine. I don't think you need to do a whole bunch else.
And that's where I'm at with it, Zach. Like I think all the different personnel groupings and bro, just let Flournoy rock. Like this dude literally, bro, one target, bro. 2 targets, excuse me. 2 targets, 1 catch, 7 yards. I just don't think that I don't honestly, bro. I thought Ferguson would have a game. Ferguson had 1 target today. Didn't know
He
what
didn't even
was
have
up
a
with that.
catch.
Didn't even have a catch. Just had no idea what that was up. But I'm just thinking about it like, all right, Schoonmaker 3 targets. What's that about? I mean, that's in the read, I guess. The point to me is just like there's a way where you could just live in 11 personnel with these 3 dudes because they're 3 dudes. You don't have to overthink it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if with those guys, because those are 3 guys. Like Flournoy is a guy. He
But
is
you don't need the Turpin gadget stuff.
gimmick.
Like you really just don't. You just don't need, like, you are so talented on the edges, and I mean, obviously Flournoy on one side, Pickens, and then CD in the slot. Like, you're so talented. You don't need to be doing all the funky stuff. Like, you can win straight up. Like, you're legitimately good enough to win straight up. And if you want to throw a Turpin thing here and there, like, it just, I agree. It's just Schottenheimer being a little too smart for his own good sometimes, like trying to just do too much when you could just make it easy.
Yeah. No, and again, going back to making it easy, bro, I just feel like today would have been the day to just spam George Pickens. I think that Shotty has to get a feel for it's the Clay Steph rule, bro. And I that's the best way I can and I think those 2 players, Clay and Steph, knew, man, you know what? When Clay's about to go crazy, I'm gonna let him go crazy. Yep. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, CD drew the penalties. CD's still a top 5 receiver in the league. It's not that. It's just, man, Pickens gets in these bags, bro. He gets in these modes where
he does. You cannot stop him. No matter who it is, doesn't matter what DB you put out there, what you do, you can't stop him. Like, he's just that kind of receiver. And I agree. Just go with the hot hand. Like, they're just going to have to understand that. And like, I want to keep Pickens around for the long term. Like, next 3 or 4 years, he needs to be here. And
bro, he's 24. Not giving up.
You got 2 top. I need to sit down and make a top 10 wide receivers list, because I guarantee you it's going to be hard to put some guys over Pickens.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the venting session is now over. Thank you guys for your time. This was actually fun, y'all. We got a few more supers. Love you all, man. This was good. I told Zach, I said the losses actually be fun because we get to come in here, debate with y'all a little bit. Maybe me and Zach don't agree with everything, but it's fun because you would rather be doing this with people who legit follow the team versus people who are just like Lulus, and you guys aren't that. So much love to you guys. Shotty better beat we got to that one, I think. Yep. We got another $5. You have so this was a great point that we didn't talk. Wow, Zach, we went a whole hour. Bro, Guyton has still got spanked. Now they got a little bit better in the second half, but bro, the first half was terrible.
Yeah, you can't pick up a 3rd and 20 when Steele gets smoked off the ball. You can't giving up pressure in the second half on a 3rd and 20.
Yeah.
You can't operate like that.
You're not even in your route.
I want to see Nate Thomas. I want to see Nate Thomas at right tackle, because Steele's not in the future either. He's going after this year, most likely. So
maybe Nate Zach, Thomas, you could do a video on that one, bro. Because that is, I agree. Still didn't play well today. I thought Guyton was getting beat early. They gave him help later. It was one of those games. But bad play calling for Shotty. Yeah, I agree, Juice. I didn't like his play calling today. Denver found the scrubbed out. This is a great comment. And this is what I mean by I want Shotty to, there's times where you just forget the game plan, forget what you're, what you thought, or, what stories you have from when you coach, wherever. Forget all that, Shotty, because you tell great stories. I get it. I love you, bro. Bro, find the weakest player on their defense, which was 31. Do people realize Pastor Tan didn't play in the second half?
Yeah.
Didn't play. I think he came in for like one drive.
Yeah, he got hurt on the first drive after the pick. He hurt his leg, went out for a little bit, came back in for one more drive, I believe, and then he was out after half.
Find that guy.
And I was about to say, the people watching the broadcast should know exactly who they're targeting. like, oh, that's the guy that came in for Surtain. I couldn't tell you who the cornerback was that came in for Surtain opposite of Riley Moss.
Listen, they found 25.
Yeah, they did.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Zach, thank you for doing this. Well, why am I telling Zach thank you? We do this every week. But
Good or
I
bad,
even needed I good or bad. Hey, I want to shout out our female listeners, man. We need to get more female listeners. We love you dudes, but
we got to get that 3% up.
You gotta get that.
I think I'm at like 3 or 4%. We got to get that number up.
Ladies make the world go round. You know what I mean,
That's
fellas?
right.
We can't do without the ladies, man. We all came from a woman. I'm just saying. Anyway, Zach, what a great one tonight. Dallas gets spanked, but we had fun with y'all in the chat. We had a great one. Like I said, I'm not mad because this was the first game where I just say, Denver was just better. Like, I'm not gonna make excuses. They were a better team. I thought offensively, their offense, I thought that we could stymie them. We couldn't. And then they just got enough stops and we just couldn't. So you got any closing arguments, Zach?
I'll see you guys this week with some videos. You know, this is always the toughest week because we got to wait. We got to talk about this one. And I hate being negative, you know, but then if I make a positive video, everybody be pretty upset about that one too. So I'm just, ready for next game already.
Yeah. Who we got next? Arizona, Monday night. I mean, long week.
Yep. Cowboys don't play a Sunday game until December 14th. Another Sunday game till December 14th.
Are you serious, Zach?
Yep.
What a stat, Zach.
That crazy? We're gonna be up late as hell.
This is what they pay us the big bucks for.
That's right.
Love you guys, man. Love you all. Peace.
See y'all.